Let's make homemade ricotta. So today I am making some homemade ricotta. The reason that I learned about this recipe is because my husband drinks whole milk and I do not. And he doesn't drink it very often though. He goes on these kicks where he wants cereal. So I bought a whole half gallon of milk and it never got opened. So instead of just throwing it out before it was completely spoiled, I decided I'm going to make some cheese out of it. So today we've got the same thing going on. I am trying to get my temperature up to 195 degrees without boiling. This is some ginger and lemon tea I've got back here, so it's not really gross, but anyway. I've got my burner on medium heat because again, I do not want this to boil. And as soon as this hits 195 degrees, I will then turn the heat off and then I'm going to mix in a quarter cup of lemon juice. It can be fresh lemon juice, it can be reconstituted lemon juice, whatever you have on hand. But this was a half gallon of milk, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and a half of a teaspoon of salt. And that's all I've got going here. And we're getting closer. We're up to 189. And again, not wanting this to boil, so I'm standing here stirring it. But initially, I should say, you can just come over and stir it. If it's on, with electric stoves, I always operate with caution because sometimes it's difficult to get them to the exact temperature you want. With gas, it's a little bit easier. But anyway, so just come over and stir it occasionally, like maybe once every minute or so. And now we are almost to the 195 degrees. Again, once I hit 195, I'm going to turn the burner off. I'm going to drop the lemon juice in. I'm going to give it a quick stir, and then I'm going to let it sit. And that is when the magic starts to happen because the curds and the whey start to separate, and then I will show you the next step. Okay, we are almost at 195. You're supposed to turn the burner off. I'm going to move it off of the heat because of the residual heat. And unlike a gas stove, when you turn it off, it's off. So we are, oh, there we are, 195. Move this over, turn off the burner, and now watch this. I'm putting in the lemon juice. I'm giving it a quick stir, getting ready to boil some eggs back there. And then I am just going to let it sit. Pull my temperature thing off, and I'm going to set my kitchen timer for 5 minutes. And I'll be back. Okay, it's only been setting a full minute. Can you see how it's starting to thicken up? That is the lemon. You can use distilled vinegar as well, but I had lemon juice, so I wanted to use lemon juice. It gives it just a little bit of a hint of a lemon flavor. It is actually doing its magic, and you can see it is starting to separate. So if you've never seen cheesecloth before, this is what it looks like. It comes rolled up in or folded up on a spindle thing, and you can get it at usually your local grocery stores. But you can use, this is what you need to line your mesh strainer into your bowl. Bowl is lined and ready to go, and I still have another minute 20. Okay, the timer just went off. And so now I've got my bowl prepared, and I'm going to very slowly pour the curds and whey into this cheesecloth and strainer. See how it's all kind of chunky? Looks kind of gross, but it's going to be super yummy. Okay, so we just keep pouring that off, and now we let it sit. And if you can see, you've got the whey dripping off, and the curds are going to be all clumpy here, and that will be your ricotta. Now, you can let it sit for 20 minutes, and you'll get a nice creamy texture to your ricotta. Sorry, I had a headache, and this is like headache hair. Yeah, not fun. Anyway, I feel better, but This, if you let it set 20 minutes, it'll be a nice creamy consistency, kind of like a cream cheese, and it's really good on like spread on like bruschetta or bruschetta, however you want to say it, or some cheese, or I mean some toasts. You can drizzle it with balsamic vinegar. You could put a little fig jam on top. It's really good. The other thing you can do with it when it's creamy is you can add it to your avocado toast. And I did that before, and holy smokes, was that good. Now, if you leave it sitting an hour, you're going to have a much firmer ricotta. And that's the type that you want to use if you're going to make some homemade ravioli, or if you're going to stuff manicotti, or you just want a firmer cheese. You just let it set an hour. I like the creamy stuff. That's what I want to use it for today. So I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes and I'll show you the end result. So here's the end result. Doesn't it look great?